Welcome. Thank you for joining me, Emily, for practice today. And we are going to begin with a reverberation of the Tibetan singing bowls. So as you hear the sound of the bowl, I want you to breathe in the reverberations and visualize them starting to resonate through each of your cells, each of your breaths, and each of your thoughts through this practice. So as we move through our practice today, we're going to practice a sipping breath, but this will be done slowly and very gently. So with our sipping breath, we're going to inhale a third, inhale a third, inhale the last third, a gentle pause and absorption, and a full exhalation. So begin in mountain pose in Tadasana, and I want you to think of inhaling a third of the body, inhale a third, and inhale the last third, and with a gentle, soft absorption and a slow, controlled exhalation. So a nice, just freeing and releasing. So inhale a third, inhale a third, and inhale a third. Now soften around the edges and slowly release. Remember to soften around the edges with each pause. Inhale a third, soften, inhale a third. So holding it in, but gently. Inhale a third, reach a little taller, and exhale, an even full release. Inhale a third of the lungs, and a third to fill completely, and exhale, this time forward bend. So breathe easy here, but let the weight of the upper body gently pull the traction along the spine. So let's come up about the same way. Inhale a third, bend the knees, lift. Protecting your back, inhale a third. Gently, slowly, inhale a third, taking the arms up. Absorb, join the palms, hands to heart. Exhale. So breathing easy. In between transitions, let's widen the feet. Okay, taking up a nice stride on the mat. Let's turn out the right foot, 90 degrees. And heading towards warrior two, we're going to go ahead and take the arms out, bend the right knee, check the right knee, and steady the gaze, steady your drishti point, and we're going to inhale a third, inhale a third, inhale a third, softening around the edges, hold, and now release while you deepen the lunge and soften the tops of the shoulders. Let's go ahead and turn the palms up, inhale a third, turn the feet forward, and exhale, forward bend. Good, dangle here, relax. You need to have your hands on
something other than the floor, that's fine. You can use a block or a chair. So bend the knees, protecting, nurturing the back. Inhale, third lift.
A third lift. And a third, where you feel completely hands to heart. Exhale. A pause. Turn the left foot out 90 degrees. And preparing the feet. And pressing the arms out. Good. Inhale a third. A third. Inhale a third. Finding more space. Exhale and deepen. Turning the palms up. We're going to inhale a third, coming up. Inhale a third, coming up more. Inhale a third, turning the feet forward, a tiny back bend. Slowly lengthening forward bend.
Good. Think of lifting the sit bones. You can bring your hands to the ankles, the floor, or a block. And just easy. Make sure there's no holding or tension in the neck. Relax completely. Bend the knees. Pull the belly in. Inhale, lift a third. Another third.
Another third, come up. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. Turning the right foot out, turning the left foot in a little bit. Okay. So we're going to press the arms out once again, heading towards warrior two. All right, to steady our mind, inhale a third. Inhale a third. Inhale a third. And exhale, slowly release, deepen the lunge. So we're going to bring hands to heart and come towards triangle. So we're going to try to keep the spine nice and straight, the heart lifting up tall, rolling to the ceiling. And we're going to bring the right hand down to anywhere below the knee. If you have a block, you can put your hand on the block. Otherwise, your shin, ankle, or floor is fine. All right, so our goal is a nice stretch of the legs, the hip, the spine is straight. And once you're ready, if you choose, you can take the arm up. So from here, gently inhale a third, a third, a third, and exhale, the top hand comes down. It can come to the floor or the leg. We're going to open back up, inhale a third, a third, a third, and open, stretch. And exhale the hand down. Turning the chest and belly button down. One more time. Inhale a third, open, a third, open, and another third, open, and very slowly. Let's keep both hands down. Breathe easy here. Hands on the floor, the blocks, or even the leg. Think of breathing in and out as you lengthen the sit bones back and gently feel the chest reaching forward. Depending on if your hamstring gives permission, you can bow the forehead towards the shin and add a gentle sipping breath wherever you are. Inhale, 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 and slowly deepen your stretch wherever you are. Inhale a third, a third, a third. Go ahead and come up to straight fingertips. Hold here. Exhale, draw the navel in. Warrior one. So we're going to bend the front leg. You can come all the way up or walk up the front arms. Inhale. And settle in. Sipping breath, inhale a third, a third. So try to create more length, a third, and exhale, deepen. Good. Let's turn forward. And the other direction. All right. So extending out here. Inhale, pressing the arms out. Deepen. So moving towards triangle with this side. Let's inhale, straighten the legs. And we're just going to tip straight over from this front hip. You take your time. So our goal is to keep the heart open towards the ceiling. The top hip is going to kind of look around towards the floor so we can keep the spine straight. All right. So we're enjoying this strong stretch. Breathe the arm up. And slowly we're going to take the top hand down. All right, so that's really going to stretch across the hamstring. So inhale a third, coming back open. A third, and open. Pause, and slowly coming down. Good, so let's really concentrate. Again, inhale a third, a third, a third. Concentrate on your breath. Slowly and massaging, meditative movement, coming back down. A third, a third, a third. Really challenge the depth of the lungs. Exhale slowly and controlled. Let's keep both hands down now. And a combination of the leg or the floor, the block. You can steepen the angle of the back ankle, the back foot. Grounding through the front. We're going to reach the sit bones back and up. Lengthen the back of the neck. Enjoy the stretch here. Relax the jaw. And your spine and hamstring allow. Go ahead and fold, bowing towards this front leg. Practice your sipping breath gently here. So the depth of the inhalations might be different in the different poses. But whatever the depth is, divide that into about thirds. With a long, slow exhalation. So in our forward bends, our inhalations might not be quite as deep, but we can still lengthen the exhalation. So a sipping breath, inhale, 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 a tiny pause, and then deepen. So working our way to warrior, let's bend the knee, stabilizing the knees and the legs, pressing into the feet, walk up the leg, breathing the arms up. From here, inhale, 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 and settling in. Again. Bringing the hands to the heart. Let's turn back forward. So let's go ahead and heel toe the feet together. All right, so closing the hips, let's bring actually the toes in just a little bit. The heels slightly apart. We're going to move into a chair pose. So you can see how straight my spine is. I'm going to turn to the side. You can stay where you are, but we're going to go ahead and pull the hips far back so the spine stays nice and straight. And I'm going to go ahead and let my knees come together. So my knees are gently squeezing together. Again, my toes are a little bit closer together than the heels. And bring hands to thighs and just assist the lift of the chest. Assist the support of the lower back. Exhale, settle in. Okay, so the hands can be at the legs, hips, or heart. Inhale a third, a third, a third, and exhale, drop the jaw and challenge the legs here. Inhale a third. Maybe here you need to breathe more into your back.
Breathe into the back side of the lungs. One more time. Good. Let's exhale into a forward bend and go ahead and parallel the feet. Dangle into your forward bend. Soften in the abdomen and shift the weight forward towards the ball of the foot without gripping in the toes. So this could be just pretend. Now, if you haven't already come to the long end of the mat, go ahead and turn yourself so you're facing the short end of your mat. And we're going to step the right foot back to lunge and lower the right knee. Let's walk the hands up. And we'll inhale a third. Inhale a third, come up a little bit. Inhale a third. And on the exhalation, we're going to lower into the lunge. Inhale a third. Lift slightly, a third, drop the jaw and lunge. A third, and lunge. This time bringing the hands down to the floor, your block. Okay, let's pause here for a minute. Tuck the back toes under, pulling the pelvic floor in, lift the knee. Practice your 3-part breath here. And dropping the jaw as well as the pelvis on your exhalation. Good, once again. Good, release the back knee. Bring the hips back and bring back the leg. Okay, so let's practice a few cat-cow postures. Just a few rounds here. Now let's add the next inhalation into 3 parts. So inhale a third. A third, continue in your movement. A third. And now exhale fully as you squeeze the belly button in towards the spine. A third inhale. Again. Again. And exhale. All the belly squeezing in towards the navel. So one more time, inhale. Feel the depth of breath here. 2, 3, and exhale. Good. Let's move to downward facing dog. So start to practice your 3-part breath in your meditative downward facing dog. So we're still inhaling into thirds. Slowly and controlled exhale. And let's walk our feet forward. All the way to the top of the mat. Go ahead and lengthen and fold into the legs, hugging yourself in nicely. Let the shoulders relax up to the ears. So try to experiment with your 3-part inhalation here. See how it feels in this depth of a forward bend. And see how the exhalation feels, how you can hug into the legs a little more. So once again, breaking the inhalation up into thirds. See how it feels. And the depth of breath and the depth and length of exhalation. So we're going to step the opposite foot back now. Go ahead and lower the knee. And walk the hands up to the front knee. All right. So we're going to inhale a third lift. Lift. A third lift. And exhale, start to feel the lunge. So press into the foot, the front foot to lift. Inhale, lift. Lift. Exhale. Good. Now if you want to stay in your lunge, go ahead. A 3-part inhalation. Gently continue to soften around the edges. And exhale to release. So let's go ahead and find the depth of the lunge. Tucking under the toes. Let's lift the knee. Gentle 3-part breath here. And then exhale, remember to relax the jaw. So we're not clenching in the jaw. Wonderful. Release the knee. Pull the hips back. And we're coming into hands and knees. Okay, so we're going to inhale first and exhale into devotional. So go ahead and pull the hips back. Relax the forehead down. Reach the arms. So the arms are gently awake. The elbows are lifted right now. I want you to feel a 3-part inhalation in devotional. Don't stress about it. Just relax into it. Can be littler, shorter inhalations, but just with enough, the same amount of concentration. Take a few tries to even out each third. And then just some easy breaths. Okay, now we're going to take a third of the breath to come up to hands and knees. A third, a third, a third, and a full exhalation to devotional. So let's do this a few times. A third lift, a third lift, and exhale. Third lift, a third lift, a third lift to the belly. Exhale. Wonderful. So create long legs behind you, feet just separating at a comfortable distance, and walk the tops of the legs long behind you. Bring the hands under the shoulders and roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and then towards the heels, and lift the chest just a few inches away from the floor. Now, honor the natural width of the feet as you lift, and then exhale, roll the shoulders down. Squeeze them up to the earlobes. Roll them away from the floor so the chest starts to lift away from the floor. And as you pull the elbows and shoulders back to the heels, lift a little more, not using the arms much at all. And another roll. Down, up, back, and away. Good. Now glide the hands in front of you a little bit, and maybe lift a little bit more. Stretching through the back. Maybe widening the feet a little bit. So concentrate on a 3-part inhalation. Give it a few tries.
to even out each third. One more time, so the third time still has as much as the first. If possible. And exhale, we're gonna lengthen and release. Use your arms to come down. Wonderful. Okay, so rock side to side so the hands come underneath you, the feet and the knees come closer together. Push up to hands and knees. And we'll stay at the floor. Let's come to a seated position. Go ahead and extend out the right leg. All right. So if you're feeling like you're rounding to sit up tall, put a little wedge underneath the sit bones. Fine. So a breath here, a third, a third, a third. Turn towards your leg and exhale, fold. All right. Now staying over the leg, but we're just gonna lift slightly with each third. And as you exhale, relax over your leg, walking your hands down as low as you can on the leg or the foot. When your inhalation comes in, go ahead and rise slightly with the help of the arms. Slowly come a little bit closer to the leg on your exhalation. Concentrate a third. Lift, lift, lengthen and release. We're going to use the hands to walk us back. Good. Exhale to switch the legs. Good. Take a breath to refine here. Find the height. To soften around the edges with this expansion. Turn towards the other foot and exhale. Good. So evening out each third on the inhalation. Now try to slow the breath a little bit more so you start to settle in close to this leg. Softening around the low belly and the hinge of the hip. Inhale, 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 and then find the length, and then exhale, fold. Again. So challenge yourself to find the softness and the depth of the inhalation. So when you're really breathing in deeply, sometimes you just want to hold your breath and create tightness, but we're really resisting any tension with that. And we're allowing our body to move a little bit deeper in breath, in concentration, and release. So now our hands are going to help us to walk back, which supports our back. Down angle, let's bring the soles of the feet together at any depth away from the body. And let's take a breath to just find our hold of the feet, to find the length of the spine. A sipping breath. Then we're going to fold over the feet. Now go ahead and come up just a little bit with every third. And find a little more length and depth with every long, smooth exhalation. Inhale, 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 exhale.
Inhale, 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 exhale. Stay here for a moment. Find the depth. Ease into the depth. Let the arms assist you up. Inhale. Exhale. And coming to your back. Knees into the chest, softening in the abdomen, rock side to side. And allow the knees to come over to one side in your favorite spinal twist. So for an ease into it, you can just bring the legs over with the knees stacked. You can keep the knees bent, but cross the top leg over. Or even for a little bit more, keep the lower leg straight. So your choice. Now I want you to be gentle here and take several opportunities to find your 3 even inhalations. I'm just going to get a little support here. You can grab a little support for your legs or between the knees. And start to practice dividing up the inhalation as even as you can. And when it feels like you can start to add that little increments of pause, of absorption, take a moment to feel the stillness. One more time. And to come out, we're going to take the back arm over. And from there, bring the shoulder and hip back. Square the hips and shoulders. Bring your legs over. In the same depth. First, and if that's too much for this side to do the exact same, go ahead and vary the leg position so that you can be comfortable. A minute to settle in to the 3-part breath. To concentrate on the release and the softness. One more opportunity to even out as much as you can. And we're going to take the back arm just slowly over to the front arm. and roll the hip and shoulder back together. Okay, so square the hips and the shoulders. Pick up the head and neck and lengthen. And bring the knees back into the chest. And let us realign. So feel as though you're trying to walk hip and hip a little bit farther away from you. Elongating the spine. Let's bring the legs up, the arms up, circle, wrists and ankles. Stretching out the fingers. And breathing here into your pose of relaxation. I'm going to today just use my block here and do my relaxation in bridge pose. So sometimes it's nice to do legs up the wall pose for your Shavasana, or simply your Shavasana flat on your back. So if there is something calling you for your Shavasana today, a little extra support underneath your legs, go ahead. Follow that calling of your body. So I want you to go ahead and start with a 3-part breath. And this time I may have you concentrate on the lower third of the belly, the middle third of the chest, and the top third of the shoulders for your inhalation. And for 3 breaths, we're going to exhale in thirds. A third of the shoulders, relax a third of the chest, relax a third of the belly. So let's go ahead and practice. Inhale the lower third of the belly. Inhale middle third of the chest. Inhale the third of the shoulders. Relax through the edges. Exhale the shoulders. Exhale the chest. Exhale the abdomen. Again, inhale the belly, chest, shoulders. Exhale the shoulders, chest, belly. How much more space can you find? Inhale the belly, the chest, the shoulders. Soften. Exhale shoulders, rib cage, abdomen. Now let the belly sink in. Bring your hands to your belly and just in a clockwise fashion, gently massage in your abdomen. Just allowing the abdomen to settle in a little bit deeper in your full exhalation. And then relax your arms, palms facing up. Now see how your breath wants to breathe. Are you in that rhythm of pulsating the inhalation into 3 parts? Concentrating on evening them out. Concentrating on softening around the body and exhaling smooth and even. Breathe however is natural, but continue to concentrate on the smoothness and the nutritive breath So now inhaling and opening the palms, opening the belly. And gently wiggling out of the position that you're in, even if it's flat on your back, until we slowly bring 1 and 2 knees into the chest. With a breath, roll to your side. Rolling into your hands to assist you to a seated position. Inhale a third, a third, and joining hands, exhale, hands to heart. Namaste. More gong.